out. Even like the random chick who's like serving you, a hamburger at some fast food place, like anyone, they're all just itching to party and hang out. Like they don't want to be working their job. And so like I was flirting with like government workers at like immigration, crying out loud. It's like everybody wanted to flirt, everybody wanted to have a good time. And so that was Spain. And so I think that other people traveling, you may want to think about Spain.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about Spain, actually.
And that was just in Barcelona, and that's so there's so many tourists. I can imagine it's even better if you go to like I don't know, like the south, Malaga. So yeah, I really like that. Of course, you have spots in Asia, like a lot of people say good things about Indonesia. I can definitely say the same thing. I also ended up with a girlfriend when I was in Indonesia for like 4 or 5 months. But outside of that, there's a lot of I'd say pretty beautiful women there who are, in my opinion, a little bit more like I don't want to sound disparaging for other places, including like Philippines, but it's kind of like there's a educational level, that's a little bit better in Indonesia. Like there's just a little bit more like it's still Southeast Asia, you get all the perks, but there's just same with Malaysia, like it's just a little bit more sophisticated. Like I'm amazed by just the level of like poverty here in Philippines, and those places they have poverty too, but it's just like I feel like the government just managed a little bit better, and so
More
if you're like an
infrastructure.
expat, like a single guy, I think it's a little bit it's a higher quality of girls with in like for example Jakarta or I haven't been to Sri Pasa, I think it's called. It's kind of near Bali, but I hear that's a good place. Where else? Yeah, and then also Malaysia. I like Malaysia. Malaysia's good for any expat, but a single male expat. There's Malaysia. I think is a pretty cool spot because it's easy to get visas that last like 3 months, and you can just do a visa run and come back basically. And it's cheap, but like the infrastructure is much better. And again, the women are really beautiful. But that's just my opinion because I also like Indian women. There's really beautiful Indian women there, and there's like
I like
Malay
Indian women too, man.
Chinese women, and so you kind of get that little you get that kind of diversity, and the couple girls I've dated in Malaysia, they were like really kind of like sophisticated, nice jobs, not like because if you kind of date in Southeast Asia, you do get problems sometimes. So basically, like women kind of coming out of like a village looking for like a white guy that they can you know try to get under their wing and help improve their lot in life. And that doesn't. I mean, for some guys that's great. You may want that, but it's just like that's not always a good idea
Yeah.
for a lot of reasons. And so if you want girls who are a little bit more like up to your own speaky, then I don't know. Malaysia might be a better pick than like Philippines, for example.
What was
Uh,
India like?
Man, India is a chaotic, as everybody says. It's a crazy country.
How are the
So
women? Is it
if we're
hard to
talking
meet
about
women?
dating, there's basically I was just amazed how there was almost like no possibility. I was just people told me that coming in there, but no, I didn't. I was there hanging out Buddhist monk, basically being a Buddhist monk, and I wasn't I wasn't meeting anyone off of like Tinder or dating apps or anywhere basically. Like the local women, a lot of them they get married off early, and if
Mm.
they're not married off early, I noticed that like I don't want to sound disparaging to Indian men or anything. There's a lot of great Indian men, but there's also like a lot of like extremely obnoxious Indian men. And so what I came to find with like the local women in India is that they're so like jaded from dealing with obnoxious Indian men their whole lives that they just want to be left alone all the time. So
Makes
I don't know.
sense.
I'm probably stereotyping really bad, but India was just kind of a mess. I thought.
I feel like most of the Indian women I've met in general are just like very angry towards men, and
There you go.
it
So I'm
makes
not. I'm
it
not.
make it
I'm not
makes
crazy.
like it makes sense that you say that because I don't really know a lot of Indian men, but it would make sense why they're so angry at men if they had to deal with that their whole
Dude,
life, you know.
I was angry at Indian men after I spent some time in India because they're just always pulling shit. Like I think in a hostel, like I come back and be a dude like sleeping in my bed, even though he has his bed, like his bed is
What?
the other bed, and I
That's
can't go
crazy,
back and
man.
like the guy was sleeping in my bed. I'm like, why are you sleeping in my bed? He's like, oh sorry, he goes back to his bed.
What
You
the
know,
fuck?
stuff like that. Just always, you know, it was like that always, like every day in India.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. Well, shit, that sucks, man, because I really like Indian women.
Well, yeah, me too. Maybe I'm just like disillusioned from like Bollywood. You know, you see the beautiful Indian women, you're like, oh my god. But you know, I mean, I know that's possible. I mean, I definitely know some people have had success with that. I just don't have any idea about how to crack that market. I think, you know, probably Malaysia might be a better bet. Although I've honestly, I've never gone out with an Indian girl. You know, I had a couple Indian female friends, but like I've never like, you know, successfully dated an Indian girl, and most of my friends haven't either. So I don't know what's going on with that. And actually, I did see a lot of beautiful Indian women when I was in India. You know, like it wasn't like it didn't exist. Like I was in freaking like.
But if you talk to them, they'd probably freak out, huh?
Yeah, they just well, if you talk to them, the attitude is kind of like, "Hi, thanks, bye." You know, they don't want anything. And but I saw them like I actually freaking what was it? Not Jodhpur. It was like the city, and it was Jodhpur, but then there's another bigger city, Jaipur. And this is like in the desert of in India, desert region, right? And those are really, really beautiful cities. I really recommend them. And yeah, I mean, there were some really beautiful women in those cities too, but
Did
it
you
was
try
just like
online dating when you were over there?
yeah, zero, nothing, man. It's as bad as Los Angeles, USA in India. It was not. It was. I don't think I had one match from any online dating app in India. It just was, you know, didn't, wasn't doing anything. But
Yeah, they're hard.
yeah,
They're tough cookies, man.
I went to some nightclubs in uh, I went to some nightclubs in like some of like Jaipur. And again, yeah, they were really beautiful women, but they were just like, you know, I would see like a beautiful woman, and then I would see like six Indian guys. Kind of reminded me of like an old SNL skit. You know those guys who go to the club and they, you know that old skit like Night Roxbury. Those guys like they come up to women, they start like they start awkwardly like trying to hump them.
Yeah.
So I'll see like one really pretty girl go into a club like Jake, and I'll see six guys like crowd around her trying to hump her, and I'm just like, you know, obviously it's not gonna work out.
You want to know something funny? One of my the the demographic that buys most of my products is like not most of them, but a lot of them. It's usually like Indian and Asian. It's like something about their culture that just like they're they need a lot of help with women, man. They don't know how to act. It's crazy.
I think they do. I would, yeah, man. I could straight up open a business to help Indian guys learn how to, how to have a better game because it's almost. I think there's like some kind of cultural thing that says, hey, it's okay to, be obnoxiously aggressive. It's like, look, you have all these feminists wherever in the West, always complaining about patriarchy and men are so blah blah. I think it's all bullshit. But if you go to India, you're kind of like, well, they might have a point because you have all these men who are just like really aggressive and dominating. But the thing is that they can't get what they want, and so really the women have the power. I felt like in India
Mm.
because there's just like lots of aggressive, kind of horny guys, and just lots of women who are just like not having it. And so you had all these like lots of like really like frustrated guys there, and I noticed like Indian men, they all kind of hang out with each other because it's like the girls kick them out of the house or something. So they're all just hanging out with each other, and like you don't really see like an Indian guy and a girl unless it's like literally like his wife.
Mm.
So it's a cultural thing, and I see just like very blatant stuff in India with Indian guys. You just shouldn't, it doesn't matter what culture you're in. You just shouldn't do it. Like, you don't forcefully come on to someone like in a nightclub. You don't like. You don't like just meet and with like no connection whatsoever. Like just like try to get into her pants. Like hi, I'm just another swinging dick, and look at me. And look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. And so it's just I saw that so much when I was in India. And I might just be crazy. I might be offending all your Indian customers here, but but it's stuff that I noticed, and
It's the truth, man. There's nothing wrong with the truth.
they need some kind of like dating advice culture in India.
Well, hopefully YouTube doesn't take this video down because we're fucking bagging too much, but it's the truth, man.
Yeah, that's exactly. We'll take it down because we mentioned COVID at the beginning, but now they'll definitely take it down at this point.
Well, yeah, man. Definitely enjoy talking to you. If you want to be on again, you're definitely welcome.
Yeah, I'm around.
But yeah, I don't want to do more than 30 minutes because then it takes forever for me to like convert this, and it takes up like 10 or more gigabytes, But
I wonder what the codecs you're using. I do like hour-long Zoom interviews.
well, I always convert it to something that takes it down to like 100 megabytes, but I use Adobe Premiere and it encodes it into AVI, so it becomes really huge.
Strange, yeah. It doesn't take me that much time at all. I don't know. I have to look at your setup. But
It's
anyway,
like
yeah, okay, cool.
It's like a bootleg Adobe Premiere. So who knows?
So I'm trying to think about if you should use Cyrus Kirkpatrick or Cyrus Thompson. So Cyrus Thompson is kind of the name I use for books that are about like dating and stuff like that. So probably just maybe Cyrus Thompson.
Thompson?
I don't know.
Okay,
Yeah.
This is Cyrus Thompson. I'll have a link to all your info in the description. Great guy, a lot of knowledge, a lot of life experience, and everybody who's watching this should definitely check him out. But anyway, thanks for coming on, man. I'll definitely have you on again if you're interested, and yeah, enjoy your stay in Philippines.
Cool, thank you. And for the link, I mean, you can still use Cyrus Kirkpatrick. I mean, people will figure it out. I have books of Cyrus Thompson, books of Cyrus Kirkpatrick, like whatever.
All right, for sure. All right, man. Well, enjoy your day. Thanks for coming on.
All right, see ya.
GloryMidnight.com